906 about their aspirations of success, but now the laugh's on them, with our homegrown team winning through to the finals. Doug Murray went to wish them luck as they prepare to fly to NASA's Kennedy Space Station for the final countdown.
The ability to foresee the future turned fictional stories like The Time Machine and War of the Worlds into literary classics. So imagine being able to help chart the actual shape of things to come in space, half a century from now.
I think I gave up all of my Sundays for the past 6 months, so yes, we knew from the beginning that it would be a big commitment and we were prepared to go the hard yards.
To seek out new life and civilizations, to boldly go where no one has gone before, to a time when the solar system supports hundreds of thousands of orbital space settlements. That's the scenario. Watching space videos provides no help.
I've never seen Star Wars or Star Trek or any of those movies. Not a fan.
The ideas came from the wild imaginings of these teenagers. They developed and designed a functional space city right down to minute details. It wasn't all plain sailing. Along the way, they copped predictable jibes levelled at nerdy science types.
Things like we had to meet at libraries and things, and you know, whenever I'd be saying to people, oh yes, going out today, they think, oh, we're going to the nerd convention at the library for the competition and things like that.
The group draws from 4 high schools: All Hallows, St Lawrence's College, and Brisbane Boys and Girls Grammar.
I came across the competition while I was surfing the internet one day, and
to think it all started from Sean Wing's internet browsings to a serious entry called the Endeavour Project, the first ever Australian bid in the history of the prestigious international design competition.
The challenge of having a go at something that you didn't really know much about.
we sort of produced something that left a lot of people in awe. We showed it to the head of engineering over at QUT, and he told us that it was equivalent to a 4th year honours project.
Shades of Lost in Space, perhaps. However, this is no video sci-fi fantasy, it's all real. A functional colonisation of the asteroid belt which orbits the Sun between Jupiter and Mars. A space city for 10,000 people in 2054. The sort of bid likely to be produced by a major industry player.
So we had to think of things like where people would live, and you had to think of the business ventures they would go on, and so you had to really think of a design that would incorporate both the residential and business.
Emily C. from Brisbane Girls Grammar is no science fiction freak, yet she discovered mystery and surprise designing labour-saving devices for a futuristic space city.
So we did a bit of searching on the net and we found out that there was such a thing called self-cleaning windows. And so they operate through a 40 nanometre thick layer of titanium dioxide put on during the manufacturing process, and so that's able to break down any organic matter that forms on the windows.
No, it's definitely not fantasy. This is stuff that will be happening within the next 20, 30 years. You'll see it within all your aerospace companies and technologies as humankind moves out towards the stars.
Before a giant step for mankind, there's a lesser trip across the Pacific to the Kennedy Space Centre for the final against 7 other teams.
When we started, we were very nervy, very twitchy, this is never going to happen. But by the end, we were deadly focused, deadly serious. We knew that we had a real chance and we wanted to make the finals.
It is magnificent.
Lecturer Victor James reckons there'll be 9 teachers' pets, whatever the outcome, in mid-July.
And so there should, and we look forward to hearing how they go. Stay with us after the break. Our good neighbour